I'm just reading these now. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to RHD's AMA. Wow. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We are isolating ourselves, and we're very sad that we haven't had a band practice in a very long time.
Oh, it's been a hot minute.
We asked you guys to submit your questions, and we got a whole bunch of them, and we're going to do the best we can to answer as many as we can, if not all of them, or something.
JPM Rocker 98. What are your favorite songs to play live on stage?
Oh, hot take.
Elysium is number one still for me. So I'll
Really? I thought it
on.
would be Abdication.
Abdication's fun, and it's like, but it's just like Elysium's hard, but it's like satisfying and like rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
It is a rewarding one.
But Abdication is fun. I will say.
Yeah, that breakdown is like wildin'.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Shit gets wildin'.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when we added the second half of the breakdown, like that was clutch
The
move.
extension, yeah.
The extension of the breakdown.
The setup, the extension for the
Yeah.
Wall
of death. Wall of death.
So obnoxious.
Everybody, kill each other.
Side. Front to back.
That one's fun. I think, yeah, I would say for me, like, since Elysium is like a struggle and a half, especially when we play it at the end, like, by then I'm like dead, so it's nice to get through it. And then the last chorus, when we have that like little lull and it's like, thank you, and then everyone sings that first line, because at that point I cannot. It's like that's always a nice moment of every show for me, for sure.
But you guys,
what's your favorite?
Abdication, because I just like the energy in that song, and
the solo
fun. You know, it's pretty. I feel like it's a very like interactive kind of song. You know, there's a lot of participation usually live, so I enjoy that one.
Mm-hmm. In terms of like old songs, what like an older song that you like pre Redeemer?
I still like. No one likes Manipulator, but I do. You all don't.
Wow.
But that one's fun for me. No one likes Manipulator.
No.
I love Divide.
Play Divide.
Patronizer. I have like there's a soft spot in my heart for Patronizer.
Our little like trying to be really metalcore song.
Yeah. There's like I'm like a little sad. I'm glad we brought Widowmaker back. That was another one that I was like really happy that we brought back.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I
still love Closed Fist live.
I'm gonna stick with Elysium.
R.I.P. Closed Fist.
Closed Fist gives me feels. I love playing Elysium for the same like rewarding factor. It's a difficult song, but it's very fun to play. And Empire's got high energy all the time.
Oh yeah.
I love Empire.
That's our song too.
Circle Pit. That's the Circle Pit song.
I like that one. That's fun. That one's fun too. Yeah. I'm sticking with Elysium though, for sure.
Okay. As in, like, we're getting one?
Maybe. Like,
why not? Hopefully.
Our problem is getting our long ass album onto a vinyl. That's the problem.
Yeah. Otherwise, we have to make 2 discs, which is extremely expensive.
I feel I've seen that a lot in the comments, but yeah, that's really the main reason for anyone that's wondering, because it's
logistics.
a long album.
Yeah.
Logistics.
Gyrobo, it's a cost thing. It's a cost and demand thing. Kyle HRV asks, favorite band, meal, comfort food?
Green Grotto.
So I guess, is this question a general food thing or an on tour thing? Would be the best way to take this question.
But we all eat together though. What's something we always eat together?
Green Grotto.
Grotto's like, but that's more of like a at home, like after rehearsal thing.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Green Grotto is a tea shop, bubble tea, milk tea shop that we go to. Great food. And it's nearby our practice space all the time. So we always go there after practice and hang out.
Salt and pepper chicken.
Plans.
Let's go. Salt and pepper chicken.
Yes. Salt and pepper chicken. Get some
popcorn.
Delicious.
What do we have, Chris? The affogato?
Yeah, the
yes, let's go.
That's really good.
The affogato.
Unlimited popcorn too.
That's
popcorn, that's fun.
That's one place we gotta go back.
I'm surprised they allowed us back after Tyson shattered that bowl.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Boom. This is Matt's Photography 16. How did the band first meet, and where do you see yourselves in the future?
We met at different times. Me and Lauren kind of met first. We found Lauren on, I believe it was Craigslist, right?
MySpace, bitch.
MySpace.
Woo,
Yeah.
MySpace.
Back in the MySpace days.
R.I.P.
It
R.I.P.
was an audition. I'll never forget that because you scared the other auditioner away after your audition, which was
That did happen.
like it was Protest the Hero. We were doing Blood Meat, and well, we had 2 songs. One was original. You made lyrics for it. You killed it, and then we just started jamming Protest the Hero's Blood Meat, and you just grabbed the mic and you were just killing it, and I was like, wow. And then I remember the other people. I don't know why we did it all on the same day, but yeah, they just kind of
yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel bad, but that was that. And then I remember we had previous members. Our old drummer left, and Tyson was really into our band at the time, and he reached out.
He's not anymore. He's not into our band anymore
at the time.
The allure is gone.
Just at the time.
The rest there. Dom, we lost a bassist at one point, and Dom joined after, right before the.
Alexi referred me.
Yeah, Alexi was in the band, and it was during the Wanderer era, I would say.
Yeah, just at the end, like the wrapping up Wanderer. Yeah.
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 And where do we see ourselves in the future? Hopefully, really miles ahead of anywhere I can imagine. Hopefully
playing. Hopefully, let's start with hopefully playing shows.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah, just straight up. Yeah, just straight up playing
hopefully
shows
not
again.
quarantined.
Hopefully, we
really
can actually
sucks.
play a show. That would be
Future.
great.
I don't know. Future.
Like that,
bigger shows, more albums.
Play
like
a Toronto show.
Lauren, you shared that photo on Instagram a few days ago, like the one I shared a while ago, the one with like all the Squirtles, like when the band reunites.
Oh
after
yeah,
quarantine.
literally us.
I shared I shared that a long time ago, and then you shared it again, and I was like, I got like legitimately sad. I was like, no.
That's gonna be us though. Like
I know. I was like so sad. I'm like,
First practice isn't going to be practice. It's going to be like a therapy session.
Hugs.
You're like, I've been so alone.
Yeah.
Look at my nails.
At Green Grotto.
At Green Grotto, yes.
At Green Grotto.
So Siren Slays says, or asks, what is the best concert you have ever went to?
I have a few.
That Periphery concert of the Phoenix that we went to recently, that was my first Periphery show, and that was amazing. Like, shouts out to everyone involved in that show. That was
an excellent bill too.
Yeah, excellent
Very
bill. Covet Vale and Periphery. That was dope. I saw like Some Fire at Molson. That was also unreal too. That was like to see 50,000 people or however many people are in Molson Amphitheater, like sold out, just like screaming like Some Fire songs. It's pretty cool.
That would be good.
Yeah. What you learn?
I have one 2006 Panic at the Disco.
And
And
did you see them recently too?
I did. I saw them at ACC. So it was like I saw Panic at the Disco in 2006 with The Academy Is.
Oh wow. Scene Kid for life.
Oh my god, it was like the best show ever. It was like The Academy Is, Hello Goodbye, and I think Acceptance.
Oh wow.
And
I think I saw The Academy as the Docs. Oh geez.
Oh my god, like amazing. I saw them like 3 times when they were still active, but that to me, best concert ever. I think that was the lineup. Pretty sure. And Panic at the Disco was not headlining. They were direct support to the Academy. Yep. Which is
OG.
Like,
that's wild. How could Panic at the Disco be? Yeah. How could Panic at the Disco be before the Academy Is? That's wild.
It was like very close to when Fever dropped, and like it was it was like the best experience of my life.
All right. What you, Chris?
Mine would be probably when I saw Maximum the Hormone. It's a Japanese band. They came all the way to Canada. I think it was like back in 2009. They're used to playing a lot bigger venues, but this was booked in a very small venue. It was called Cathedral. It doesn't exist anymore.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it was a great venue.
It was
pretty small, and it was very intimate and really cool to see them just up close. And getting to talk to them on a personal level was really cool. I remember I showed up. It was a winter, stormy kind of night, and I showed up, and the doors were open, and no one was there yet, and they were just so happy to see me, and it was just funny because they asked like, "Oh my God, are there other people coming?" Because they were just surprised that people were showing up in general.
That's so
they
nice.
were like, "Who the hell knows who we are?" Because they're from Japan, and
It's humble.
it was just really cool to see them, and I love that band, so it was definitely a memorable moment for me.
I have a few in mind, but I think I'll quickly go over one, and then I'll go over my favorite one. The one that I'm going to quickly go over is North Lane when they played Mod Club.
Good show.
Ooh.
Good show.
Because it was a great show for many reasons. The bill was
I missed that show.
The bill was
Sad.
incredible. I think Oceans Alaska was part of that bill.
Yeah.
Like Moth to Flame.
Like Monster Flames, yeah.
And
In Heart's Wake.
Oh, so
And
good.
North Lane. And that was the show where in between the bands, because you know how every venue plays like music just over the PA in between bands, like for setup time and stuff like that. So in between one of the bands, I think it was In Heart's Wake and like Moss, they were playing RHD over the PA system.
Shameless plug.
It was
plug.
it was weird. It was so weird, and we were like, I remember because Lauren and I, we were in the pit at that moment. We haven't gone to the balcony yet. We were in the pit, and we looked at each other, and we were like, "Wait, this is our song!" And then we ran all the way up.
Oh my God!
We ran up to the song line, and we're like, "Oh my God, you're playing RHD!" And he's like, "Oh hey, yeah, I'm a big fan of you guys."
Wasn't it Eric?
It was Eric.
Yeah, because Eric's the house guy. He
and
shouts out.
That was a really lit show, just because the vibes were so cool during, and like Lauren was on stage for that what was it? Quantum
Did I do Quantum Flux with that one? Yeah, that was wild.
That was lit. But my all-time favorite show that I've ever been to was Dance Gavin Dance 10-year anniversary, because it was Dance Gavin Dance is my favorite band, and there was no way I was going to miss a show of that type of milestone. And the bill was all the bands, all the previous vocalists in their own band. So like a lot like Birds was there. What's the one that Slaves was also there, and Dance Gavin Dance, and it was like a 5-hour drive or something like that, but it was well worth it.
That was a fun show. I remember that.
It was bumping, and it was a small venue too, so that made everything very special, intimate. Rosie Denton says, rank your top 5 flavors of granola. Go.
Okay. My favorite granola, there's this like Vector one that I bought at Loblaws a few weeks ago. It's like chocolate chip. There's like chocolate chips in it, and it also has like dried banana. It's lit.
Okay.
Dried banana chocolate chip granola. It's dope. But I feel like it's just a vehicle for chocolate.
I don't frequent granola or am passionate about granola, so I don't have an answer.
I like parfaits, so granola is life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody like parfait. Parfait delicious.
Parfait.
I'm down for like Cliff Bars.
Is that granola?
God damn it.
If I had to have a granola, I guess it'd be like chocolate marshmallow.
Oh.
Okay.
Bougie.
Okay.
Bougie.
That's bougie. I'm
I'm
down for that.
I don't think I consume enough granola to know like the difference. I thought granola was just granola, and it's like there's only one type of granola. So
well, there's like you can throw different things in it. So I guess marshmallow or chocolate or dried banana or dried fruit.
Rosie, any granola that you make for us is the best.
If she could come like give us granola, that would be lit.
Lit.
Alas.
Alex Annihilator 89 asking, would y'all guys ever hire security?
I mean, I don't think we're big enough to hire security.
Yeah, no, yeah. Maybe but, if they if the security guy was also our sound guy and our lighting guy.
We need to protect Dom at all costs.
Protect Dom.
He's the weakest of the band.
Protect.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely me. Definitely me.
It's probably me, to be honest.
I don't think we need security, but
yeah, not yet. But
no,
I mean, maybe like once we're like the real MVPs, and then yeah, for sure.
Demon of Sadness, Sadnex. Who was a big influence on the band? Who was or is? Who are our influences?
Like
I
big
would say,
shared ones.
Yeah,
like,
like
or-
Protest the Hero, I would
Yeah,
say is
Protest the Hero.
a very obvious one.
Yeah.
Pierce
Fairy
the
Fairy.
Veil, Periphery.
Fairy.
Periphery. Dance Gavin Dance.
Yeah.
Come dance.
Some Vale, some North Lane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
cover those in there.
Some architects in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Architect.
Those would be like the big ones, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
That we could all safely say we're all into.
For
Some
sure.
Jay-Z.
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 Shania Twain is in
Con-
there.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Mozart,
Sorry.
Big one.
All our
All our-
bruised bones.
Fine.
Favorite music
Sick.
video.
Oh, I could say the one I don't like.
Oh my god, tell me right now.
Oh man, the stress that I went through for a trespasser.
Oh no.
Oh man,
Oh.
like it's probably like one of the best, but it was just I didn't expect. It was an open invitation, and I don't know why we did that on Facebook. So,
Yeah,
and I told my parents, yeah, we're just gonna have like a very small
A few.
camera crew and maybe like a couple friends.
we filmed it at
Nope.
it's, disclosure.
Yeah,
we
and
filmed
then
it at Chris's parents' place.
People just kept showing up. I mean, I loved everyone who showed up, and it was a great
It was
time.
wild.
but
It was ratchet.
Wild.
not
Walden.
enough,
It
I
was
guess
very ratchet.
Yeah, it was a little. It got a little crazy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That was
days.
super
So,
fun.
It was my favorite, but also probably the most stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely my favorite too.
Yeah.
I think we all agree with that one.
Hands down. Yeah, hands down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Empire was fun just because you threw up on yourself in
Blech.
that scene. You did the bleh.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Also because like it wasn't my favorite because like the strobe light that we had to film in. That was like
Oh
give me a
yeah.
I had like blind spots in
Yeah.
my eyes from that strobe light. That
I
was
forgot
brutal.
about that.
I felt sick. Like I felt
It was
nauseous.
such a powerful
after that.
strobe. Yeah, it was such a powerful strobe that it was like giving us like
Oh,
nausea.
craziest tour story,
Ooh.
which there are a few.
So many.
This was, what is it, 2 years now? We went to East Canada and we drove to PEI, played our show, and played shows back towards Toronto. So partway on this tour, we went to a tourist attraction, or a tourist spot called Peggy's Cove. And
So nice.
you guys all know
Yo,
this.
Oh
for the
no!
yoga?
Oh no! This is bad.
And
Is the
Peggy's
yoga,
Cove
or-
is it's how do I explain Peggy's Cove? It's like a
A code.
lighthouse, essentially.
It's a beautiful lighthouse, very scenic. Look it up on Google. It's
Google it.
stunning.
Look,
Google it.
It's beauty.
It's like out of a painting.
And so at Peggy's Cove, there is a restaurant that serves seafood. And
Oh, this story.
the way that we see it, we're like, oh my God, we're in East Coast Canada. They're known for seafood. Let's grab some seafood. And this restaurant had lobsters. So we sat down, we ordered our lobsters, and the waitress, I believe, or server, the server brought the lobsters over to us and like, here's the lobster that you're going to be eating.
And it was alive. Like
And it was alive. And who was it? It was
it was me and Chris who took a photo.
Yeah,
of
you
it.
guys are the. I was sick, and you had because I was sick and I didn't eat.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
like having stomach issues,
Tummy issues.
and this like literally almost broke the band up. Like we
Oh
had
yeah, we had like a
big
fight.
moral
big-
debate about this, and it's like, should you
Yeah.
take photos of your food
before
like-
killing it.
before killing it? And like, I think lobster's a little different because they're literally swimming in the tank. So she brings the freaking lobster out. She's like, "This is the guy that you're gonna eat." Great.
Yeah,
So
the
Chris and
guy.
I, like, great. Okay, so Chris and I take a photo of our lobster. She leaves, and then we were like fighting. Weren't we fighting?
Yeah,
Well, we
I
were
think-
arguing about like the moral, like
I don't remember who brought it up.
The
It might have
ethical.
been me, but
You're like, I can't
that-
believe you took a photo of it.
I feel like that would be a me or Tyson thing to
about
say.
Yeah, like
Tyson thing to be like, yeah, you guys are horrible. You guys are horrible people.
so
Right.
then we had a whole
Horrible.
argument
Yeah.
about taking photos of the
Bad
food that we're
person.
about to kill, and like
Um,
compared as a before and after. And so the rest of the dinner went on. The food came. Lauren and Chris ate their lobsters.
no, we took a photo of it as it
Oh, you
came.
took a photo
We had
as
an
it came.
after photo as well. Yeah.
When it showed up dead and cooked, and we're like, wow, cool.
remember that.
Okay, then we ate it. And side note, I opened number one, I've never eaten a lobster like full before at that point. And I cracked the tail open, and remember, I was like, what is this stuff inside? And then the waitress comes, she's like, oh, you have a girl. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. Like, so I'm eating the lobster's unborn, I don't know, hatchlings or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay. And then what happened?
What? And then you got sick because you ate too much lobster.
Chris and I ended up vomiting later, getting very sick.
We were driving out of Peggy's Cove onto the next location, and on that drive, you guys were starting to feel like a little queasy.
Yeah, we were yelling.
Oh my God! I was like, "Please, I need to pull over." Like,
yeah, we needed a Walmart real bad.
Yeah, we had to run into Walmart and do the thing, and we were extremely sick, and everyone said it's karma from our dead lobster because we took a photo of it. It was not great.
I'm trying to think of like other, like, honestly, like that first tour we did with Hampton Hollow was one big crazy tour story.
That was so many hot mess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was just like a hot mess of a tour. That just like, how did that tour get off the ground? All the things that happened, like people pouring, like the people pouring, and people pouring drinks on people pouring drinks on each other, like fighting. I hit.
We're not ready for that story.
I hit the sign. I hit the sign with the RV. Alexa's laptop fell. Yeah, the RV died. Alexa's laptop.
I'm not fine with you, man.
Did break down in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Luckily, Hampton bailed us out huge. Thank God.
There's a lot. Like, there are a lot of stories.
Yeah.
That's a separate video.
That's a whole.
Yeah, that whole first tour. There was what's her name? Like when me and Kay was about to like knife a guy in Portland, I think, because he was definitely scoping out our van. Like, me and Kay are by the van loading in, and like everyone else has gone inside, and this guy's like scoping me out, casing me, and he's like, "Hey, so where are you going? Like, how much stuff you got in the van? Where are you guys playing?" And I'm like, "Go away." And like Kay like is in the van, like, but she can see me. I'm outside the van in the back, and like Kay like goes in the van, closes the door, comes back out. But like I can see her, but the guy can't, and she like has like her knife in her hand, and I'm like, oh man, Kay,
remember?
You're cool.
Oh my God,
you're sick. Kay is sick. Like, that's when like, and that was like the start of the tour, and like I'm like, me and Kay, we're gonna be friends now.
Was
Kay's
that
ready to knife
Seattle?
Knife a bitch. No, it would have been the second show.
I don't remember.
Seattle was the night. Seattle was the night that I locked I seized the steering wheel, and Alexia had to come.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Remember? Okay. I have one. Remember when we were in Moncton and we were in the Starbucks?
Oh yes.
And
shit.
This is with I Set My Friends.
This is with I Set My Friends on Fire.
I said that weird.
I was like, I'm going pee, and then I go pee, and then I come out, and there's like a big like uproar, and the homeless guy came in and punched Nate in the face. Remember that?
Yeah. I was with Nate that whole walk.
I do remember that now. I wasn't there, but I remember you telling me about it.
I didn't see a thing because the amount of time it took for me to go to the bathroom and come out, everything happened. So
I was there the entire time. Nate, myself, and a few others, we were walking down the street going to the Starbucks, and there was one storefront that had. There was like a sign. I don't remember what it's something with the funeral, because we were touring with the funeral portrait, and I Set My Friends on Fire. And so the storefront said something like funeral or something. And so Nate was like, I'm going to take a picture and send it to them. So he pulls out his phone, takes a picture of the store sign. And the homeless guy was like far up ahead. He's like, don't take a picture of me. And Nate was like, no, I'm not taking a picture of you. Like, go away. And so we're walking. The homeless guy turns around from his direction and he starts following us now. And this whole time they're both just yelling at each other. We go into Starbucks and we thought, okay, we're in Starbucks. The homeless guy's just going to like leave, get out, whatever. Homeless guy walks into the store and that's when all the yelling happens. And
he just sucker punched him.
Yeah, he just sucker punches Nate like right in the face. And then
Jesus Christ,
like a few of us just like
the things you miss, the things you miss when you load in.
Yeah.
The things you miss when you pee. Like, I was just peeing. Like,
I wasn't even there. I was at the venue. I was at the venue.
You piss, you miss.
You piss, you miss.
I was at the venue probably just like having a beer, just like talking to the bartender. That was a weird venue.
That was like half of a venue. They were still like under renovation or something.
Yeah, it was under renovation.
Any new shows you're currently into?
Mm.
Shows on
does that mean
television.
like, I guess TV shows?
TV
right?
shows, yeah. I got into Westworld recently.
Oh, okay.
I don't really watch a lot of TV though. So Dexter, I'm like getting into it. My brother's watching it.
Oh, okay.
I watched The Witcher recently. That was sick. Witcher
was good. Have you guys seen Dark? It's German, but I think that's like the best show on Netflix right now.
Ooh.
I watched the
German English. But watch it with English subtitles. I think the new season's coming out in a couple days, actually.
I watched the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. I'm not a basketball guy, but I really liked that documentary.
I heard it was good.
I hear
it was really well done. I'm not into basketball. I don't know anything. But
a good documentary is a good documentary.
Yeah.
No matter the topic. I think the last show I watched was like the animated Castlevania series on Netflix. I don't think I've watched anything else past that.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It's great. Gory. It's great.
Yes.
Gory, dark.
Love it. Okay, next. What kind of endorsements are you looking at or have, and what steps did you take / are taking to go those routes? That is my question.
Well, that's a Lauren and Tyson question.
Well, you have ones you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean and I'm like, taking steps.
I think the most important thing is to sort of have a good representation of yourself, because in the end, a company, like high key, they want to make money. Mm-hmm. So if you're representing a brand, they want to make sure that you're putting out consistent content, because you're basically helping a company advertise their products. So you have to represent them well. So you have to make sure that your social media is good. You got some good photos, you got a good following, and like consistent content is always good. And then sometimes the company will reach to you. Sometimes you reach out to a company you really like. So it really depends. But with me, I think I've always wanted to like be affiliated with companies that I really like and I actively use. So I think it's important to like not just take any endorsement, like make sure to like be partnered with a company that you respect and use already. I think that's really important.
Yeah, so it's to kind of piggyback off of that idea, like as someone that doesn't really like post as frequently or like do the amount of like steps on social media as Lauren does, but still is like very invested in like sell like a certain product, or like for example, there's one that I found, a company out of Chicago called Bestronics, BTPA. I started following them on Instagram just because I really liked the cool ass rigs they were building, all the different like tools that they were using to kind of to build rigs in the rig life. Yeah, and then I just talked to him on Instagram, and then met him at NAMM this year, and happened to like bring that idea up like super organically, like not trying to weasel in any way, just like met up for a drink and was like, hey, so I really like what you're doing, and he sent me a few samples of some cables, like we got talking in that sense. So really it's even if you don't have the content, really it's just it's finding something you're passionate about, or finding a brand that you want to affiliate yourselves with. Like even though like I'm not technically endorsed by them, I would love to be, because like they make great products and I'm really a fan of what they do. So.
I was gonna say, like, communication is very key, and unfortunately in these days, like, numbers does play into it, as in like the number of views, number of subscribers, followers, whatever. That does play into it, but I think communication is very important as well, and legitimacy. Like, you don't want to, if you're going to contact a drumstick company, you don't want to have pictures of you playing a different company and saying, "Oh man, I love your sticks," because that's easy to check online. It's all out there. Everything's available. So just honesty and communication is like the best thing.
Yeah, just being like authentic, like try not to just hop brands and just like try and get whatever you can. Like if you truly believe in a company and truly love their products, then that's the company probably for you. So on loyalty, is that the word? Loyalty?
Brand fidelity or brand loyalty.
Crap. I feel totally bad. I'm totally wearing a Moog shirt, and I don't own anything
Moog.
from Moog.
That's
You're
okay.
poser.
It's a cool shirt.
Poser. Yeah.
Poser. It's a cool
I'm a
shirt, though.
poser. Yeah.
Yeah, it also helps if you really like the brand as well. So that way it's kind of whenever you email them or post or comment on their post, it just makes it seems less fabricated, I guess.
Yeah. It looks good when you know about the product prior to talking about it. So. Mighty Nun. My favorite outfit for performing.
Oh, okay.
Changes.
Well, I
Lauren
only
never
have
changes,
like
so she
3.
smells.
I
smells
smell
on
bad.
Stage, guys.
I only have like 3 outfits. And all of them are black and creepy and moody.
I like tank tops because it lets me breathe,
and you don't die of heat.
And I don't die of heat exhaustion.
I just wear black, but like maybe it's time to change it up. Like maybe I'll wear some like neon colors. Maybe Lauren, you should do that too. Try.
I might not, but I might.
One of your signatures is also a headband.
The headband.
Oh yeah, I always wear that. It's like glued to my head.
Do you shower with it?
It's part of him.
Nice.
Part of me.
I did like as much as I hate admitting Lauren was right. I did like wearing my like long drapey shirt that I wore on the West Coast tour. My Kylo Ren.
Yeah, you looked good.
You looked good.
You looked good.
I did like that. I'm always a fan of 3/4 sleeves though, so I do like those as well. 3/4 sleeve shirts like baseball tees and stuff.
So Beetlejuice 14. What other bands would you want to perform with to make the perfect lineup?
4-band bill. Let's cap it at that. No tour lineups or no like Warped Tour lineups.
I want Dance Gavin Dance on the bill.
Okay, Slipknot headlines, Dance Gavin Dance direct support.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then us opening, I guess, because we're plebs.
We will open because realistically, let's be honest. And Periphery as the
direct support.
Yeah.
That's a really big step up.
We're not supposed to play this show.
No chill.
We did.
No.
We're there on
but
accident.
not even But even like Dance Gavin Dance and Periphery, like there's no chill in that lineup. It's like us, then like Dance Gavin Dance, then Periphery, and then like Slipknot. It's like god level. No chill.
That would be lit. Or like Lamb of God.
Yeah, that'd be a lit lineup too. Yeah.
That'd be litty.
Cool. I get behind that.
Samuel Jackson 555. What advice would you give to someone who is in a band but everyone else is unreliable?
Oh, hot tea.
Well,
hot tea.
This is.
I'm gonna be savage, and I'm gonna say find new people.
Yeah.
Because
long story short.
Generally, like if someone is already unreliable, like off the bat, they're probably not gonna change. Like. You want to be in a band with people who you trust and people who are going to like have your back and come through. So I'm going to say find new people.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's like the same goals. Like if the person in your band doesn't have the same goals as you or doesn't share the same drive, then there's no point in them being in the band or you being in a band with them and wasting your time.
Yeah.
Communication, transparency. Everyone's got to be like sort of like-minded or at least on the same page for goals and stuff like that. So
not to say like, you won't have disagreements because that's normal.
Yeah, that's just like a roommate or a friend, or like you're gonna fight. Like we've all fought. Me and Lauren fight.
We fight about clothing.
We fought about driving Alexi home.
We did. We
Tyson's
it
tour
is
vlog.
recorded. It is on video.
It is on my tour vlog. Yeah.
But yeah, like that like there should be a clear difference between like normal squabbles and like total dysfunction. Like there's definitely a huge difference. So
it's like a relationship. I mean, do you want to be with someone that's toxic? Same thing applies with a band member. If they're toxic and demotivating, then.
Have y'all been working on anything during the quarantine? Yes, we have.
You think he's on the way?
We have a. Well, I mean, Lauren's already tweeted it, so yeah, we have a cover song on the way.
Yeah, we got a cover.
And that's all I can say.
That's all I can say. That's all I want to say about that.
Yeah. We're trying. We're trying some stuff.
We're doing
working
our
on
best.
some stuff.
We're working on things.
Like I'm sure everyone's noticed, it's hard.
It's very difficult. Like we were planning on doing a lot of things, but like touring and working on a new record, but a lot of that got hindered because we can't cross a border right now because we're
to go track.
Yeah, we can't go and record anything because our producer lives in Grand Rapids and we are in Canada, so we cannot travel across the border because of travel bans. So everything's kind of we're making do, but everything's kind of slowed down a lot. So we're doing what we can for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah McClintock 2, what are your future goals, like tours, music, and styles? Styles. Start a new fashion trend.
I mean, it's hard to say right now because everything is so like
up in the air.
Bands and touring is so up in the air right now because of just we literally cannot go anywhere physically. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to say. But we want to do that thing.
In a perfect world, if this were to end in a few months, yeah, like we'd love to keep hitting the road again and kind of just keep rolling where we were. We had two tours planned that had to get shelved because of this. So we'd love that as soon as this were to end hopefully in a perfect world in a few months, we'd get right back out there, start recording right away. I mean, that'd be the perfect way.
Yeah.
Cart 13R 2112 Carter. Which RHG track do you think represents best represents the band?
Every day.
Oh no.
Not every day. Oh no, Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda's back.
Okay.
Well, if Baby Yoda's back.
I would still say Elysium, but I feel like I've said that a lot.
Best represents.
Nice.
What encapsulates our shreddiness with the gentiness? Because Redeemer was very genty. But
maybe Empire?
Yeah, like I would go with like Empire or
yeah.
What about Bargaining?
Oh, because it doesn't have the gentiness. It's like on the one side.
Off the latest album, it's Empire to me. The previous one would be Collector. No, I'm sorry, not Collector.
Wait.
Yeah, Collector. Yeah.
I would say Collector.
Yeah.
And Empire. Because like Collector has that denty intro, and then it has the baroqueness, and then it has a solo.
Mm-hmm.
Empire's like the heavy version. Gamer Girl 453, have you ever wanted to change the band's sound? Oh, yes.
I mean, you guys did.
We did.
We did, yeah.
There was a big shift between Stories of Old and Wanderer, and it's very obvious. I think we went from like a more Eyes in Liquid Skies is more like what we wrote for Wanderer than Stories of Old. So it's kind of like, I think certain band members had an influence in that. I think because of who was in the band at that time, like while we were writing that, had a lot to do with what sound we had, which was more rock. It was more
pop punk.
Yeah, like it was very pop punk. It was more post-hardcore, yeah. And then Eyes in Liquid Skies and Wanderer are very similar. So they're more shreddy and not necessarily mathy, but just very technical. And then Redeemer is like that, but on steroids and very heavy.
Emma J 2112. Do you prefer ducks or chickens?
Oh, you can't ask me that.
Canada geese, they're cute.
I like both because they're cute and lovely, and I think they're cute.
Okay. Next.
I'm a fan of ducks, I guess.
Chris is a fan of ducks.
Let it be known. Chris
Let
is
it
a fan
be
of
known.
ducks.
On this day, Chris declared that he likes ducks.
Naf Goms. What is the funniest thing that ever happened on a tour?
Funniest?
One thing that comes to mind is when we all got, we had to stay at the brewery in PEI and sober up because we couldn't drive to the venue. We all got drunk. We did a brewery tour in PEI.
And we all drank like a flight.
It was like these sample trays of like a bunch of different beers, and we all drank them, and then all of a sudden we're like, who can drive? No one.
So shit, and Chris fell asleep. I think you and Alexi fell asleep.
I have a picture of that.
Did you fall asleep, Chris, or was that Alexi?
I might have fallen asleep. I fall asleep a lot.
Yeah, because we drank so much beer and we're just like, well, shit, don't get.
But we stayed responsible.
We did. We did
We
so.
did not drink and drive.
That was very funny.
But we fell asleep in the brewery.
Two-Face Zero. How can an autograph poster? Huh? How can an?
I'm assuming he means like,
guys?
how can I get an autograph poster?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Love your band. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Two-Face Zero. Thank you.
Well, if you go to our Big Cartel site, redhandeddenial.bigcartel.com, if you request in the notes, please sign something. We will gladly do that for you.
Well, we'll have to figure that out. How we're all gonna sign socially distancing.
We'll make it work.
We'll meet on Lauren's driveway.
Well, I have some pre-signed stuff that I haven't kicking around.
Yeah. All right. Next question we have RM Shreds. Pick a fictional place to play a concert at. Example: Middle Earth, Jedi Temple, Pokemon Gym, etc.
Ooh, that's tough.
Oh shit!
That's tough.
I would play on top of the Avengers Tower.
That's like epic.
That's pretty cool.
Or in Asgard or something.
Oh, I have one and it's lit. Okay, so Return to the King, Minas Tirith, the scene where everyone is bowing to the hobbits, except it's an RHD show.
That'd be pretty cool.
On the tip, literally on the top of Minas Tirith.
That'd be pretty bitchin'.
During the coronation ceremony of Aragorn.
That'd be awesome.
The Hobbit honorary ceremony. That's
anybody watching this video and have great editing skills, please make this happen.
Let's go.
Yeah, I honestly can't even think of anything. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. There's so many that I could like. I feel like the Jedi Temple wouldn't be that good. Pokemon Gym would be very dangerous. There's like animals that can blow fire at you. God. Middle Earth, somewhere Middle Earth would work. I feel like it'd be fun at like Bilbo's birthday, where like everyone's just, like,
hell yeah, let's go!
Everyone's drinking, having a good time, and just like there's like fireworks that turn into dragons. Like that'd be sick.
Being a fan of Pokemon, I would say like a Pokemon Stadium tournament would be pretty sick. You know, like entrance themes. I think that'd be cool to play.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl halftime show, except the tournament halftime show. That'd be sick.
Sick.
Let's do it.
Do it. Ham fry rye.
I
wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell. When's the next album coming out? Oh man.
Well, our schedule and timelines have severely been affected, but I think we're gonna do a few singles and see what happens, and then see what happens.
and see how the world reacts.
The answer, ham fry rye, is
yes.
I think
The answer is yes. When's the album coming out? Yes.
The answer is possibly sooner than anticipated. I don't know. Is that a fair answer?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be the full album that we hoped for, but hopefully an EP. We have enough that we can work with due to not being able to go and record. But maybe it will be an EP, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Joey00959 tips on videos and editing. Okay. I would say making sure that everything flows very nicely and has a decent color, making sure the coloring is pretty consistent throughout. That's something I look for. Making sure everyone looks hot and cute. You don't want any. It's true. You don't want to look like an ogre.
True.
I think the White Claw hit me. I'm just saying. Yeah, when I edit videos, I just make sure everyone is looking like they're flattering angles, making sure everyone looks good, making sure everything's in focus. And when I edit, just making sure the shots aren't too quick, going back and forth, but also not drawn out. So just the pacing is at a very pleasing to the eye. I don't know. What about you, Tyson? What do you look for?
Editing, pacing is definitely key. if you're editing to a song, to always choose the appropriate song, because I've seen a lot of videos where it's just one song that you can clearly tell the person chose it because they love that song, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of the footage or clips or whatever. Pacing, coloring, timing, making sure audio and video is synced up.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Ooh, RM Shreds coming in with another hot question. The hot drama.
Goss.
Who causes the most trouble on tour? I have a feeling that's me, but I could be wrong.
Be me, I was gonna say.
Tyson does get in fights. Alexi does get that. Usually
Alexi. The most trouble.
I don't know.
I don't think any of us are necessarily trouble. Like
Tyson fought that guy before I was in the band at the in Oshawa, wasn't it?
I didn't fight him. He tried to like choke me out.
I wasn't even at that show.
Wait, where was that?
I was in
Oshawa. Yeah.
That was when I had a kidney stone and literally could not play the show, and I had to stay home.
I was in another band playing a show with Ren and Digital. So that's wild.
That guy was being disrespectful. He was being disrespectful, and he was in the mosh pit, and I just kind of joined the mosh pit.
Yeah.
And he thought I was targeting him, so he tried to like choke me out.
I guess Tyson.
Yeah, maybe it is. I feel like you've had the most like
maybe it's me.
Physical altercations, which is like 2, maybe, but.
Which is weird because I've never been in a fight before. So
yeah,
what am I doing?
What are you doing? This band is a bad influence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we're necessarily like troublemakers. Like,
we're a very tame band, comparably.
Yeah.
Frelva aspires. Frelva aspires. Frelva aspires. How is your process of brainstorming new music? How do you write lyrics and chords?
Ooh. I don't know, Chris. What do you? That's like the first part.
On you, Chris.
Kind of you.
Like, honestly, I just listen to a bunch of like video game music soundtracks and I start writing.
That's it.
I just want to write video game music.
Yeah. I don't know. I listen to a lot of music of different genres, to be honest, and I'm just honestly, I put a guitar in my lap and just start playing, and what sounds good, I record it. Sometimes I'll plug it in Guitar Pro, which is really cool because you have like it for a reference. And then I try to make some kind of structure, and then I send it to the rest of the band, and it kind of grows from there.
And then I guess once Chris has like a structure and ideas laid down, like I'll kind of look at it and see like how vocals and lyrics can go on top of it. 'Cause sometimes it can
riff salad. Sometimes a riff salad.
It is riff salad sometimes, but it's fine. I'll just go through it, and I usually have like a lyric bank that I have a bunch of free writing in, and then I'll choose like themes that'll kind of vibe with the mood of the song, and then we just build it from there, and then kind of go through the layers, and then Dom will make a slap on that. Slap bass.
Tyson makes a bang bang, and
Tyson does the bang bang, and then it's a song. Ta-da!
Done.
It's that easy. It's not
that easy.
It's not easy. There's a lot of editing and revisions and back and forth, but yeah, that's in a nutshell.
Joe Williams, when can we expect a new RHD single?
Soon. Very soon.
Soon. That's all I can say.
That's like the best answer that we have for you.
Ben 5798. What is your favorite sports team from your hometown? Well, I mean, like Lauren's is like the only like. I mean, I'm sporty in a different way, but Lauren's the only like repping sports type person here.
I'm the only one who likes the sports, but
I play the sports, but I don't like the sports.
That's true. Like you're like rugby all the way.
Yeah, I play rugby and volleyball, so I guess the team I would support would be my local rugby club, the Markham Irish. Shouts out.
Markham Irish, support your local scene.
Get it. Support your local scene, yeah.
I'm definitely a homer. I like to cheer for the teams that play in my city that I was born in, unlike a lot of Torontonians who cheer for the Habs, which is wrong. Shots fired. But
the Raptors won. That's something.
Yeah, the Raptors, Blue Jays, Toronto Maple Leafs. Those are my big three.
Chris, are you a sports person?
I like to play sports. I miss playing basketball. I used to be part of a few leagues, but not for a while, so can't say.
I found like the best quarantine setup ever. Now that like I have like Holly, my brother, and his girlfriend, like we all play volleyball, and I borrowed a beach volleyball set from my uncle, and so we've set up the beach volleyball set on like a patch of grass in like a park near us, and then we play beach volleyball against each other.
Oh, nice.
It's dope. It's
Volleyball. I'm
so
very bad at volleyball, but
I get some sport ball in. And that's fun.
The sports ball.
Yeah. Lloyd Jonathan. Hi. Do you have any advice for a new band just starting out? I wish I had someone tell me that or like give me like real information.
Advice: do research. Do research on the bands that you like and see what they're doing and see how they are able to get where they are. And also research helps in not getting screwed over by promoters or third-party companies or stuff like that. I don't know what else.
Surround yourself with like-minded people. Like I guess if it's like you haven't even had formed a band yet, like if you need members, find people that are like-minded. Find like the internet is a powerful tool to find people in your area that are doing similar things to you. So just surround yourself with them, and chances are you'll strike up a great relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, I have one too. Everyone
has like a strength usually in the band, so I don't think everyone needs to have a full hold on every little thing. Like everyone who has a strength does what they do best. So like Dom's the one handling a lot of the live stuff, and which he absolutely loves and is wonderful and great at. Tyson handles a lot of like,
Thank
dude,
you.
I can't build a rig. Like, what, you gonna make me build a rig? Hell no. That shit.
You make it work live.
Tyson handles a lot of like business things. He does a lot of video stuff for us, a lot of promoting on his end, talking to like making network connections with people. Chris handles a lot of the music, so
Chris writes our songs.
Chris writes all the songs.
Chris writes our songs.
Chris Mifsud and the Denials.
Yeah, it may as well be. But yeah, like everyone has a job in the band and does what they're good at, and that's kind of what makes the whole of the band. And every band's different, but everyone should be doing what they're good at within the band.
Most importantly is to not be discouraged, because every local scene does seem like a competition. It shouldn't be a competition. It's supposed to be a community, but a lot of people treat it as a competition. And if you think that your band isn't winning it, don't worry about it, because every band has to start somewhere, and it's all about persistence. That's all it is. Persistence, doing what you love, and just being true to yourself, really.
If you think it's a competition, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You need to do it for you first, and everything else will happen after that.
Mm-hmm.
You do you, girl. You do you.
You do you, girl.
That's fat girl.
Child of Something asks, each member's dream car?
Ooh.
Yo, mom van.
Grand Caravan.
I'm not even gonna lie, and like y'all gonna laugh, but it's definitely a Sprinter. I'm gonna make like the ultimate tour van.
You want to live those hobo dreams though. Like you want to live those van dreams.
Like those those basic ass like hashtag van life dreams, but like in like a band context, not in like a I'm living there with my girlfriend context. It's like I just want a van that like my band can tour in all the time, and it's just super comfy and super awesome. So it has to be a Sprinter. Sorry, I'm basic. I want van life.
I love the idea of having like an old like 1960s Mustang. I think that's sick. I'm like a big German car person, so I really like Mercedes. So I think I would want
Sprinter.
I'm gonna get a Sprinter. Just like a cool, like I don't know. I love Mercedes. Get a cool like C-Class or something. I don't know. I'm also a Volkswagen fan. I have a Jetta.
What?
I get like one of those souped up like Volkswagen Golfs.
Like the derby ones.
Yeah, like the ones that shouldn't be on the road because they're so like they have like so much horsepower. Want one of those?
Do it.
I'm that basic on a Volkswagen Golf.
I'm a fan of Chargers. I mean, Dodge
Those are
Chargers is
sick.
pretty cool. And similarly, I really like the older models. I think they look pretty badass.
Those are sick.
Those are dope.
I've never been a car person.
I thought you'd get like a bike, Chris, like a sick ass bike.
Eventually, I want a Harley. Like right now, I'm riding a Honda Shadow, but eventually a Harley.
Get one of those like old man Harleys that are just like massive.
The chopper is just like,
I think.
oh my god.
Eventually.
You have to look the part too.
Yeah. He already has
a
bandana.
massive beard. You
He's
have
got
to
the
grow the
bandana.
beards with like
the handlebar mustaches.
Oh yeah, I gotta grow it like.
Gotta catch up.
Yeah.
You have to be bald and sunglasses too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you.
I've never been a car person, so I do. Chargers are really cool. I think Chargers are really cool. Honestly, if a car gets me from point A to point B, doesn't break down on the way, and the music sounds good on the way, then I'm fine with it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Grand Caravan. That's it.
Fits all of my kids.
Jesse, make noise. What is everyone's favorite condiment to put on a burger? Just one? I can't do that. Okay, I got one.
Does like
What would be like your
condiment-
first?
Is condiment specifically like a
Sauce?
like a liquid or like kind of like a ketchup type thing where it's like not like a
Maybe
it's not like food?
Not like lettuce.
Yeah, like
Condiment
is lettuce a or is it like
lettuce
kind of like
is not a condiment.
Okay, so
Okay.
sauce. We're going with sauce.
gotta be a sauce.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Sauce.
sauce.
Let's go.
I like mustard. I also like honey mustard and Dijon mustard. Any sort of mustard.
I was gonna say honey mustard. Yeah, honey mustard's like always makes any burger good.
This is niche, but have you guys had Heroes sauce?
Yeah.
Like
Isn't
hero,
it
Heroes
like
hero
certified
burger?
sauce. It's like
Isn't it like a little
burger.
charred
It's a good
barbecue or
one.
something?
yeah, it's like a smoky aioli sriracha.
Ooh.
I
Mhm.
think they're sriracha, but it's very garlicky. Like it's I could
That sounds good.
I could go with that.
Okay.
I'm pretty basic. I just like ketchup. To be honest, I can have ketchup on anything. Like I can
Even coffee?
It works. It works.
Yeah, why not?
The question is, here's my question, and this has nothing to do with anyone's question. Do you put ketchup on steak?
No, ew.
Because
What's the
if
matter with
you do,
you?
I'm not happy about that.
Yeah. Like if it's like if it's the worst steak in the world, it's like the steak you get like at McDonald's, yeah, maybe. But
Okay,
like
what steak
Right,
are we buying at McDonald's?
I don't know, but like just something like that
Just
crappy.
add it
Like
to
it would just be like I don't know, like I can't imagine any steak I would buy. That,
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to know. As long as you're not putting ketchup on steak, we're good. We're kosher. Madison Moon, how do you deal with writer's block? Because that shit sucks.
Oh man, I'm not dealing very well.
Mm.
Please let me know when you know. It's like it's hard.
Yeah,
Well,
I try and just like. Okay, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
sure. Yeah, like as a guitarist, honestly, for me, I get a lot of bad ideas at certain times, and I consider that my writer's block. So what I do is I just get them out of the way. So like I think sometimes you just gotta sit down and dedicate time to writing, and you'll start jotting down all these ideas. And for me, it's like getting the bad ideas out of the way, and eventually I'm gonna hit something good. But even before that, I would listen to things for inspiration. If you have like types of music you like, listen to different bands, whatever you can, and it'll help.
Dear Duck.
Dear Duck, pirates or ninjas? First of all, deer or duck? Pirates or ninjas?
Ninjas, no contest.
Ninjas.
Definitely ninjas.
Ninjas, yeah, not even a thing. Sorry.
That's all. That I don't even need to
That's
say
all.
why. That is all.
Moving on, because that's obvious. Existence_pandemic. What's been the most difficult obstacle the band has had to overcome?
Ooh.
Band members leaving is always tough. Yeah.
Yeah, band members leaving is always hard.
This has been like this whole pandemic is tough. We've never had like who can predict something like this for a band. So.
We've personally, as like a band, never had like a biblical moment. I don't think. Like.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Like, there's never been a personal thing within our band that's been like, oh my God, this band could die with this. Like, there's been nothing like that, I guess. But the pandemic absolutely affects all bands. So that has been tough.
At least we're not alone in it.
Right. Like, we are amongst many experiencing this. So that's at least comforting, but it still sucks. I like Grim Grinners.
Yeah, that's where I just got to.
Yeah.
Favorite film franchise?
What's your favorite film franchise to watch on a rainy day? Well, mine's Lord of the Rings. That's all.
Lord of the Rings is always a good one.
I
just finished the Infinity Saga. Me and Holly did the Infinity Saga over a few days. We like Harry Potter too. I'm always down to do all the Harry Potters.
I haven't done that one in a while, actually.
I would say for me, I would do Avengers or Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. There's a few melons in there though, like Jurassic Park 3. That's a real melon. That's a real melon.
Yeah.
Or lemon, I should say, not a melon.
A melon.
A melon.
A lemon. That.
I don't know. I watched Back to the Future today. I don't know why I watched that many times.
Actually, I really want to watch that again. I've only ever watched the first one. I've never watched 2 or 3.
Don't do 3.
3 is, you know.
3's are always bad.
Is 3 the Western?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It concludes the series, so it's worth watching, but not the best one.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that tonight. Do you guys have a pump-up song you listen to before going on stage, or what gets your blood flowing?
What's the breakdown we always just like go ham in the van? Is that like You Are the Barricaded Man? Is that Habitual Line Stepper?
Oh yeah, Habitual Line Stepper.
Habitual Line Stepper.
We go hard with that. Like, that is lit.
Yeah. That's a lit breakdown.
Every time we're driving, we're just like
trying to think, like, we don't really do anything like music-wise. Like, I don't really listen to music before I go on stage.
Yeah, I try to avoid listening to music before going on stage.
I stretch. Most of us stretch. We're all old men, so we all limber up. Like, I don't like. At least on tour for like the bands we play with, like, we stretch more than any band I've toured with or played with. Like, we're very conscious of that.
Like, jumping jacks helps too now. I mean, get the.
You and Alexi are very good for that. I'm kind of bad about it. Tyson's pretty like okay. I'm the worst. I'm like, oh, I don't want to stretch. I just drink a beer.
Yeah, I just do drum warm-ups. I don't like do real stretches. I probably should though.
I do want to answer Chifu Kifu's 2 questions. One was favorite solo off Redeemer. That's probably Worse for Wear. Now, we haven't played that one live. Solo. Did we play that live? Yeah.
No.
We've never played that.
We've never played it live.
I think that's my favorite that I wrote on that album. And he did mention favorite riff. It would be also Empire. The riff in Empire is the main riff in Empire is probably my favorite one.
The lead, or
like the
part right after that. The one with all
Yeah.
the groove was like, I don't know, it just felt really good. And I remember writing it was just a fun process.
A joy.
Okay, Matthew S.
Thank you guys.
Matthew S79 asks, what song from Redeemer took the longest to finally finish?
Redemption,
hands down.
Redemption.
Yeah.
that was the last one.
Yeah. It's not the last one. It's the longest.
No, the last one we finished.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, finished like writing. Yeah.
There's a lot of different parts in that song, and it's kind of like a story, I would say. So it was the longest, and even the acoustic part that Dominic wrote was just like, whoa, this is pretty cool too, and that came on. I think that came on last, right? Like that idea.
Yeah.
Really, all I'm trying. I was just trying to rip off like every like Morricone like spaghetti western type thing, like a very like 6/8 like gallopy type feel. And I just wanted to sound like I was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's really all I did. And then, or in Red Dead Redemption, as you can obviously tell.
Yeah.
It worked. It also took time because we had to collect all the people's voices for the choir part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of layers.
That was
a lot
fun.
of layers.
That was fun.
Matches_keys. I got it. Have you reconsidered re-recording or remastering any old songs? Eyes and Liquid Skies, for example. Hell yeah, we talk about it every tour. Every show we're
Yes.
going, we're like, we should re-record this. We should
I know.
re-record that.
We talk about it
We
like
haven't
it's
done it.
new. We're just like,
Yeah, we
hey,
talk,
Fine line, right?
do
Is that
this.
what we done?
we should like do this.
Fine
We're
lines,
thinking
yeah.
about we've done, Fine Line's definitely been one on the cards. Close Fist we've talked about.
I've wanted to redo all of Eyes and Liquid Skies. That's like,
I don't know if I want to go through all of it.
No, that's
But it's
And the winner is,
fun.
let's do it.
and like,
I would
already
start
written-
with
like,
Fine Line, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I do Fine Line.
I mean, Love Talks is just not a great song, but
I like that song.
I think like the middle is just super redundant. But
Like if we redid that, it could be a good song. Like
exactly, like if
chorus
we
of-
actually took like a week and just like made tweaks to the songs and didn't overthink it,
yeah,
we could do it. Like,
it could be good.
yeah, like
Okay.
not stories though. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
as is.
then that leads into the next one.
Whoopsie.
Colin
Look at
5678. Colin 5678. Ever gonna play anything off Stories live?
I really want to
Well,
play. I forget the names. Forgotten
Neb,
without a
I
boat.
lo- I miss Neb.
My favorite.
I miss playing Neb a little bit.
Nebuchadnezzar.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
I love to play L'Esprit de l'Escalier. We only played it once live,
Once
but
ever.
I loved it. I love
Mhm.
that song.
Once
Bigger
start-
Bald 97. How does load-in usually go down?
It's getting better actually.
We're pretty good. We don't really we tour very light compared to most bands. Like we don't use cabs, and we're a very minimal band, right? Really, I'd say find a good place to park. That's key. If we have a good place, we all start hand bombing stuff, loading it in. Lauren is in charge of merch. She usually goes and sets that up. So either she'll go with one of us or with whoever we bring on tour doing photography and whatnot. She goes and sets that up. I usually find a place to go set up our in-ear rig and our wireless rig. I do that. I scan for all my frequencies, do that whole thing. Tyson, if you want to take your drum side of things, I don't know what you're doing when I'm doing my wireless stuff. So
I parked the vehicle and set up the drums.
true. Yeah. Tyson
That's all.
Tyson has been our master parker in very tight situations. I think
Master.
the one we did at Kingsland, that was a tight parking job. Good job, Tyson. A very tight parallel.
Yeah.
Very
A very
stressful.
tight parallel parking. That
I could
Tyson
not have
almost-
done it without your help and Alexis, I believe.
I was
Yeah.
in the
It's like-
seat just like this.
Yeah, that was a
Not
very
watching.
tight parallel. Good job. And Chris looks pretty.
Chris walks around just strutting.
Looks pretty. Looks pretty. Lauren, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope. That's about it.
Yeah, we pretty much have a good system worked out. As
Yeah.
soon as we load it, as soon as we arrive at the
Everyone kinda
venue,
has
we all know
jobs,
what
yeah.
we need to do, and
Yeah.
we just get to it. And load-in's pretty quick. It gets quicker and quicker every tour for us, which is
Yeah.
great. Vanessa V92. What is everyone's favorite memory together so far? My favorite memory was right before the first US tour where we played a Toronto award show thing.
Oh yeah, the acoustic thing that we've never done before.
So
Yeah.
that was the first for us, and it was
Mhm.
we were given an award afterwards, and we did a little mini photo shoot, and we were so out of place because everyone there was dressed up fancy. We were all just in t-shirts, and we're going on tour. We gotta go.
The next day, yeah.
Yeah, we
Not even the
rocked
next day,
in our-
right after
No,
the
we left that night. We
right
had
after
to
the
cross
ceremony,
the
we
border.
left.
Yeah.
So there's
Um,
one ugly RV in the parking lot.
I remember that. That was
Right.
fun.
I really enjoyed the hometown release, our CD release show for Redeemer.
That was fun.
With our,
I like that, yeah.
with our whole light show, with everything, with the
The
interview.
lights.
That was minus getting a ticket with our discount van. That sucked.
True.
We got for that fucking cop who ticketed us. Fuck him.
Stressful
And,
show, but memorable.
What was the other one?
I have one.
Oh,
Last show of the
Yeah.
Protest the Hero tour, Sarnia.
I was just about to say that in
Yeah.
Sarnia, where
When
everyone came on stage. and
everyone
joined us.
came on
That
stage.
was lit.
For
that
Collector.
That was
So
a collector
so fun.
dream moment. Yeah, that was so much fun.
I would say that Trivium show was pretty
Oh
memorable.
my god.
We opened for
Forgot about
Trivium.
that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just very memorable and very-
Except when they threw my pedal board in the snow. That wasn't that.
Yeah,
their
that was
roadie,
weird.
their roadie was less tight. Their roadie or guitar tech was a little less tight. For
You
throwing my
did throw
pedal
your
board,
pedal
so.
board.
Yeah.
Indianapolis was also a fun one too.
Oh, the
Was
house
that the house
show?
show?
The house show, yeah, that was,
That was
Yeah,
wild.
That was wild.
Oh,
That's probably the best show I've ever played vocally in my life.
And it was a house
It's
show.
because
And it was a
Chick-fil-A's.
house.
It's because of Chick-fil-A's.
It was because of
Wait a
Chick-fil-A. Like we walked Chick-fil-A. No, I swear to God, like that was probably the best to this day vocal performance I've ever had. Even though you couldn't hear me, it was there. I swear
That
to
show
you.
was great. We got so drunk after that show.
Oh
The
God, I got
moonshine.
very
That was
The
drunk.
fantastic.
moonshine, yeah.
Love
I
that
got
stuff.
very drunk. Yeah.
You know, I loved it. It was probably the best tasting alcoholic beverage I've ever had in my life, and I tell people about that every time I can.
Word.
That was Brett. Brett gave us
That was Brett. Yeah.
Love that guy.
Shout out to
Shouts
Brett for
That's
moonshine.
that.
Big shout.
My dad also wears that one of those shirts you gave us. So he walks around with his like that bright yellow one. He'll walk around with it and like cook burgers in it like a true dad.
Nice.
Ellie Lux, Ellie Lol X 115. Do you guys like to create music or more or practice more?
Oh,
You wanna touch that
we
one?
actually had a band discussion about this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Remember when it was like, do you like to play live better or do you like to be in the studio better?
Okay, so I guess we'll answer it then.
It's kind of like that question. I mean, I like preferably like creating songs as much as it's part of being a band. It's not my favorite thing to do being a band. I prefer like being in a room with people and practicing, and like when you say practicing, I mean practicing with you guys, not like by myself. I like that too, but I enjoy the act of making music with people in a room more satisfying than creating a song. That's just me.
Yeah, I like performing still to this day more than practicing. Obviously, practice is practice. You know, you gotta do it, and you do it to perform. So I would say like that's the most fun thing. Being in studio is not as fun, but I don't know, it's a big part of it too that I enjoy differently, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
creating songs or practice. I like to create. I like to create the songs and I like to perform the songs, but I don't like to practice the songs.
I'm a studio girl. That's all.
Sure.
I like performing though, but I prefer studio. It's fun.
Continue. If so, how long do you
Suck.
practice?
I'm just
Ooh, it's a-
deadbeat, man.
It's a two-parter. So, if so, how long do you practice? So, whenever we have practices, they go for, I don't know, like an hour, 2 hours, I think, for actual
usually an hour and a half,
play
yeah.
time.
Playtime's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We run
In
through
terms
sets
of-
twice.
In terms of
Yeah.
singular practicing, like on my own, like I've been kind of hit and miss with quarantine. But I mean, generally speaking, when we have shows to prep for or
Hmm.
going to studio, I'd say like I don't practice that long. Maybe an hour and a half tops a day.
Mhm.
Honestly, an hour is like the generous portion.
Yeah. At a time.
Yeah, if there's a tour coming up, I just kind of like make time every day during the week, and it's usually 2 to 3 hours of practice until the tour. That's pretty much how I do it. But if I'm not touring or if I'm not in studio, I don't practice the songs at all.
Jameson Dill asks, how does it feel knowing that there are people all across the world with your band logo tattooed on their bodies for life?
Oh, okay. That is unreal to me because like
Yeah, it's pretty
the
cool.
fact that we've had any sort of impact on someone that significantly, like that's wild to me.
Mhm.
Like Chris doesn't even have it.
I
So
don't
literally
have
one of
one
the
tattoo
founding
there yet.
members doesn't have it. So
I'll get around to it when I can.
when you can.
When the
Yeah,
quarantine-
like that's wild. I think
Yeah.
that's super wild.
It's an insane concept that people are willing to permanently add them to their life. It's an honor, really. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal knowing that people are doing that, because we were once those people, like the four of us in this chat, we were the people that were like, oh my God, I love this band so much, I'm going to put it on my body. Never did we think that someone's going to be putting a representation of us on their body. So
on the flip side, even like something that not even as major as a tattoo. Like I remember the first person when I joined RHD that asked me for an autograph. That was a wild thing. Like, someone wants my autograph? I'm a loser. Like, you don't want my autograph, man. Like, it's totally cool. I think I had my first RHD show, which was Rock the Mill. Someone asked for my autograph. It was like a kid. He had like a skateboard. And he was like, can you sign my skateboard? I'm like, you don't want me to sign that. And he actually walked away. And I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my God.
my bad. My bad.
Worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's like super heartwarming, and honestly, it just makes me feel just happy that we've had an impact on whoever it is and whatever part of their life, and they're kind of sharing that joy of our music with themselves too. I guess I think it's a pretty cool thing.
Do you enjoy fame or do you find it weird?
Oh,
That was one of the ones. Basha Human.
I like that.
I enjoy that people like my music, and I'll never think of myself as famous. Even if we do somehow get more famous than we are, I don't think I'll ever be like consider it normal. Maybe if we get to like Britney Spears level, I might be like, I'm the best. But
living your
dumb,
Britney Spears
bitch.
fantasy.
yeah, I'm dominant, bitch. Like I might do that.
I find it weird. It's as you said, Dom, like we're nobodies really.
Yeah.
We're all just one person on this massive universe of 1,000 people, and
Just 1,000 people.
of
Just
1,000, just 1,000. This is post Thanos.
1,000 billion.
And it's weird knowing that people are messaging us saying, like, I'm looking up to you guys. You guys are cool. Inspiration. Can I get your autograph? Tattoos of you guys. I know people that have tattoos of our signatures on them. Like, that's weird.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I'm not saying they're crazy. I think the concept is crazy.
Yeah, it's just the concept is foreign to me. I'm like, what? Someone likes me that much?
Yeah.
I don't like me that much.
I just like to make music. That's all.
It means a lot, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like it's wild. And
it means more than I can ever imagine. Like I can ever say it to the person, like how much it means to me. Like it means the world to me that they have that. But also, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like any sort of quote unquote fame is cool, but I don't think that's what we ever sought for while doing this. It's just like, even though we're not like, I don't think we're a massive band, but any sort of like attention is always appreciated. Like, because
didn't we all start playing in bands to impress girls? Isn't that the main reason like we're here?
Yeah.
It's for the girls. It's
for the girls, for the ladies. For the ladies.
But yeah, like I think no one ever expected this or anticipated it or went into it wanting it, but despite it happening, I think it's wonderful that people actually connect with us and want to support us, and I think it's awesome, and I'm very appreciative.
Well, on that note, we really want to thank you guys for watching the video and for sending in all these questions. They've been really awesome. We actually have a lot of questions to go through, and a lot of them are like repeats. So don't be offended if we didn't answer it. It's probably because we already answered it somewhere else. But we really appreciate it. If you ever
have a question on Instagram, like I'll answer it. So I don't care.
Yeah, we love to answer your questions, even off of this video. We're that type of band. We love to interact with you guys because I mean, really, Archie couldn't be where it is without you folks tattooing us on your bodies and asking us questions and coming to our shows and buying our CDs or jamming our songs to your family members or any of that stuff. So we're super thankful. And the best thing that we could ask for is just everyone to just take care of yourselves in these COVID times. The sooner that everyone can recover, the sooner we can be back out at these shows to play for you guys.
Yeah.
And the sooner we can all hang out.
Be safe. We love you. And we will see you soon. Thank you for all the questions. If we didn't get to yours, we're sorry, but we will answer it on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, wherever. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this this AMA, this Q&A, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.